Go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody. This is Laura. I had to call in using a phone this evening, so the tone and the sound might be a little off, particularly if you're watching this on the video, but got to do what you got to do, right, everybody? Anyway, welcome to the show. So happy to have all of you. We have one donation from Paulette. Thank you very much, Paulette. That goes in part to help animals. If there's anybody else waiting in the queue or wanting to call in that has an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. That's called the 8 No Wait. And you can make the donation on the website for the show, which is spiritmediumtv.com. spiritmediumtv.com. There you can also watch a live video feed of me this evening and kind of foreshadowing my Halloween costume, looking a little bit like an Indian tonight, wearing long earrings and got my hair slicked back, kind of native looking maybe. I don't know why, but I want to go as Pocahontas this Halloween. So I went and I got myself a Halloween costume over Amazon for an Indian princess. It should be rather cute. Okay, so that's my first little thing to make a donation. The second thing is to watch the show live, which I already mentioned at spiritmediumtv.com. And the third thing is if you want a private session as a radio show listener, you get a significant discount, a 25% discount. All you need to do when you book your session at booklaura.com, that's booklaura.com, if you put in radio show key in the event code field, you will obtain a third more time than that for which you pay. So if you paid for 30 minutes, you get 40 minutes or 10 minutes free, which is the equivalent of 25% discount. And that is described on spiritmediumtv.com. I call it the free for me use radio show key. The free for me use radio show key. So usually what I do on the show is I have a focus subject, which hopefully is healing to you or perhaps helps you lead a better life to happiness, because the theme of the show is Transcendence with Spirit Medium Laura, soul healing to happiness. I do mediumship, connecting to loved ones in the spirit realm. I do messages from your own guides. I also do medical intuition, which is another form of mediumship. So those are the three things basically. And I also do some healing as part of all that, if it's needed or intended or requested or what have you. Use a special healing methodology that is channeled to me from Spirit, from the same guide that John of God uses, St. Ignatius Loyola. I've been channeling St. Ignatius Loyola, or I used to call him Ola, for many years before I knew that John of God was channeling the same entity. I thought that was kind of interesting. And so, since John of God is a healer and I'm primarily a healer as a medium, that's what I do here. So the focus subject for this evening is going to be the other side is real. I usually make a focus subject according to what's going on. And last Tuesday, I did a session of research mediumship with voices across the veil. And I work with Dr. Dennis Greger there to conduct their research about the other side. And the sessions, they were so beautiful, so touching, and so on point for what the sitters needed that I had to write an article about it. The reason I do this is for healing purposes, because if you know that the other side is real, that we really do not die, we just continue in a different form, an energy form, it is healing to you, right? Because us on earth, we get so We buy so much into the illusion of this is all there is, this three-dimensional stuff. But there really is a lot more than this. And every time I do mediumship, it's always brought out. And I'll just give you an example of why I say this. Well, it's nice to work with a medium who brings in some evidence, right? What the person looked like that's in the spirit world. Now they're in the spirit world, what they look like on earth, maybe how they transitioned, what went wrong with their body. Maybe it was an accident, maybe it was suicide, maybe it was an illness. They may show me, they may give me a few names. They certainly will give me their relationship to you, things like that. Little facts, little figures, little shared memories. But when they go to messages that are extremely personal for you and only you, to me, that's a lot more than me just kind of picking the brain of the sitter, like telepathy or mind reading. It's more than that. Mind reading is mind reading. Okay. And even if you don't believe in that, let's just say that it existed, that one person can read another person's mind. That doesn't prove that there's another person who has an independent intention, right? So when you start getting in personal messages that are extremely on point, it shows the consciousness of another individual who has the intention to relay that message. And that is the way the sessions have been going lately, not only in my other side connections for the research, but also in my personal sittings with clients, my private sittings with clients. Now, I'm not going to say that on the radio show, every sitting is perfect, or nor can I say that when I'm one-on-one in private session, or even during the research, not every session is perfect. But those that are coming through are becoming so prescient that I have to say, even I am starting to have comfort from that. Oh, so I wanted to say one of them in particular was, this is the one that stands out in my mind, but there were 4 sitters that particular research session, but there was one that comes to mind that was extremely touching. As I'm connected to the sitter, and I bring in, I believe it's her father, and then all of a sudden her father brings in her son, and there he is, and he starts talking about how he was not the easiest person to get along with on earth, and he was foreshadowing where he was going, which was to apologize to his mother for the way he was angry towards the end of his life. And because he died suddenly, there was no chance for closure before he went to the other side. And so she was left with this terrible experience with him, of him being mean to her or fighting with her and arguing with her. At least that was my impression, because I don't, I know this may sound odd, but I don't pry. You see, I'm just the vessel. I let the messages come through, and quite often I don't understand all of the messages, but the sitter did. And she said, while she was crying, "Thank you. I needed to hear that. Thank you. I needed to." She said it to her son. So when these kind of messages come through that the sitter need to hear, or the soul and spirit need to say, and they're extremely important, to me, that is bringing the other side to another level of reality than just simply bringing in evidence. Okay, so I'm going to go to the phone lines now. We might have a very light evening tonight. I have 3 people waiting, but I find that it changes. It could change in a moment. I could have 10 callers, 15 callers, 20 callers. That's the nature of the beast, the nature of the radio show. I shouldn't call it a beast. Okay, so everybody listening, we're all going to connect in a psychic field or a morphic field together. We're going to create a psychic connection. And so, even if you're just listening, you can join the psychic connection. But if you certainly are waiting for messages, please join in. I would like everyone that wants to receive a message, and all that are listening, to please sit back in your respective locations and start to breathe from your abdomen, breathing in deeply And exhaling and allowing all your stress to leave your body, filling it with beautiful light, energy, and love. Breathing in. And when you're ready, exhaling and asking now that your life questions be answered during the show, or if you're wanting other side connection or healing, ask that your loved one in the spirit realm come in. If you're wanting another side connection or loved ones, remembering to be open to who does come in. And also, if you're wanting healing, please ask for that. So focus in on what you want while I invoke the master prayer. And now, on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into your space your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, wonderful. And so I'm going to go to the first person who made a donation, and that would be Paulette. Trying to open your line. There you go. Hey, Paulette.
Hi. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Great. How are you, darling?
I'm doing good. I'm just wondering if there are any messages coming on the other side for I've not recently lost somebody, a loved one, but it has been about 4 years.
Okay. So don't reveal any information, and just answer with yes, no, or maybe as I pull in evidence, and then we'll have more interaction later on. Okay. So you're going to have to get a little disciplined. Okay. It'll make it work better, love. So give me a moment as you have to get disciplined. In other words, you have to work with me on this. Okay, Paulette. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just relax and focus in on the spirit realm, asking for your loved ones to come in. And I'm going to see who does show up for you, Paulette. You're calling out. I'm using your vibration as your phone number and your name, 508 Paulette. Hold on. Well, the most important energy that is focused to me now, can't make out yet if it's in your age group or peer to you, or if it's younger yet. Don't say anything now, Paulette. Just bear with me, honey. Trying to get that soul to come through. And also, if you're wanting a pet, then you do need to say that to me now, because I'm not looking for any pets at the moment. Are you looking for a human or a pet, honey?
A human.
A human. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there is somebody here who's different than that. Okay, so I had a person felt lateral, but I also feel a father figure to you, or a father type of person. Geez, you're gonna have to. I'm talking to the soul and spirit now. You're gonna have to clean up the image you're giving me, please. It's an older male to you. I'm just going to leave it broad for the moment. There's something going on with his. There's something going on with his head, as if I don't interpret. I just try to tell you. It looks like something happened to his head, and that could mean a lot of things. Could mean a lot of things right now. It could mean a stroke. It could mean he hit his head. It could mean a myriad of things. Could mean he was upset, because the way he's showing me, I can't really tell you yet. I just see an explosion around the head. That's how he's showing it to me. And I'm interpreting that still to mean a lot of different things. He is showing me his face, average sort of looking guy, roundish nose, not very handsome, but not very ugly. Just a plain looking, kind of average looking kind of guy, a little bit of chubbiness to his body. Also looks like he would have worn a suit and a white shirt. So that would have meant more white collar than not, but he's not giving me the clearest or cleanest identification just yet. So I don't want to even ask anything just yet. I just want to see if he'll refine. I'm going to step back for a moment and see if he'll refine this for you. Kind person, a calm personality, very giving individual, doesn't ask much for anyone, not even help. It feels like he has a lot of sobriety issues that he would have liked to imbibe in alcohol and other things. That's why I think I'm seeing the head kind of all messed up, all messed up. So he says sobriety issues for most of his life, can't get his act together. Feels that he would have been older than you as a male, but also could have been a brother or a cousin or an uncle, but not directly a father. I also feel that you would not have known him very well. He might have been in and out of your life. And I also get a message of something to do with heart attack or heart issues. Would you know anyone like this, please? He has dark hair also. Do you know anyone like that?
I do. I know.
All right. Well, he's here.
You want me to tell you who I think it is?
Not yet, love. Let's pull in a little more evidence, love. Let's just pull in a little more evidence.
Okay, I don't know. I think it's my husband's brother.
Could be. Yep.
He was an alcoholic and he had some drug issues.
Yeah.
Lots of sobriety issues. And so that might be, that's been quite a while.
Yeah.
But I didn't know him very well. I know, it's somebody that I...
Okay, now I don't want you to, I'm not asking you to tell me too much yet, love, okay? I just want to get, as I move forward, I just want to get that validation here and there. And that's when I ask.
There was a lot of...
No, just don't volunteer anything. Don't volunteer anything. I know you want to talk, but just bear with me first, okay? There's a reason for this. I'm not doing it to be difficult. The reason is if we let spirit talk.
No, I understand.
Okay. If we let spirit talk to us, we get evidence, and then we know that life continues. There might be another soul hidden behind him as well, but right now he needs to come forth, all right? So let's just let him have his peace with you. There's something, an apology coming in from him about the way he hurt you at one time in your life, for the way he treated you. He wasn't very civil towards you, and he left you hanging on a few different things. There's something, he has unfinished business with you. He needs to say this, and I'm going to try to relate it better so you can understand it. I want to get specific because it will have something to do with you. Paulette, I know right now you may be saying, I don't understand why he would want to come through. There is a reason, so we'll see if we can get it from him. He was offensive to the family at large. He caused everyone in the family a lot of shame. A lot of shame to his behavior. He didn't come forth with his behavior until he was older. He kind of hid things from people. There were problems with money, accounting and the books, meaning accounting books in his life, and there were money problems. He hid all these things from people. He leaves behind a little girl on earth that would have been, he had a daughter. Do you know anything about his daughter, please? Yes, no, maybe just that. Call it nothing more.
Yes.
Okay. He feels bad for the way he treated her and the whole family. He's coming forth for apology to the whole family. It affected you in a secondhand way, but it did affect you because your husband was upset about this a lot, and it put stress on the family. He also says that your husband didn't show you a lot of upset. He hid a lot of it, but there were times in your marriage that were tense, and it was because of this thing that was hanging over your husband's head. Now, as I move to your husband's energy, I also hear or feel the name Peter. It doesn't have to be your husband's name, but I do get the name Peter. Would you know anyone with that name, please?
No.
Okay, well, just hold on to the name. You never know when it will come through again or be important in the future. Because when I'm talking to you like this, a lot of things are going to come in. He says...
Yeah, is he older than me? Was he older than me? Or was he my age?
Oh, this soul and spirit?
Because I'm getting, I have two people that I have in mind that could be either one of them.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go on with it.
You mentioned my husband.
Is your husband in spirit, love? Is your husband in spirit, love?
No, he's...
Okay.
No, my husband is still alive.
All right, just bear with me.
He has sobriety issues.
Your husband as well has sobriety issues? Okay. Well, just bear with me while I talk to this soul and spirit. The name Peter did come through, and I want you to make a note of that. Anything that you don't understand, just write it down for future, because it may come to you or you may get something about that later. You may hear something. Okay, so I'm going to give you some information about him, the brother in spirit. I believe I'm still talking to the brother in spirit. He leaves a daughter behind. He has sobriety issues. He has money issues, and he hides it from the family till he's older. So he's got this thing, maybe you don't know that little last fact about him, but these are the things he is saying. And I'm not saying he's anyone else right now. I'm just on his energy at the moment. And he's coming in to make an apology, mostly to his brother, who was your husband or is your husband. And he wants to say it mostly to him. So he's using you, and he appreciates you listening to him for all the patience that you've had in your life with my brother. He wants to say thank you to you about that. You've done a good job of being a loving wife and a loving family member, and that you've done nothing wrong. You've always been the right person for my brother. He is a difficult person to get along with, my brother. That's your husband, your ex-husband. Okay, he's a difficult. What was that?
So this is his brother?
Yeah,
this is my husband's brother?
Yes.
Because he doesn't have a daughter. He doesn't leave a daughter behind.
Oh, okay. So when I asked you if he left a brother, I asked you if he left a daughter behind. You said yes. Okay. So what did you mean?
Well, I was thinking of somebody else.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was my grandfather. And his daughter would have been my mother, but she's not alive right now. So I got confused.
All right. Well, let's see then. Is everything I'm saying then can pertain to your grandfather? You want me to say it again?
Yeah, it's a similar situation where he had sobriety issues, but he didn't leave a daughter behind. I mean, his daughter was my mother, but I don't know anybody by the name of Peter.
Okay, okay. Let me just say it again, love. This could fit your grandfather because he did leave a daughter behind when he died, which would have been your mother. So why are you saying that is? You sound confused. Okay,
yeah,
so
because my mother. Oh, he did leave. Okay, he did leave a daughter behind, but my mother not alive right now. So that's why I was confused that maybe.
But he did at that time when he but he did at that time when he transitioned, left a daughter behind, which would have been your mother, right?
Yes.
He said that he had difficulty.
Yes,
he had difficulties with the family. He hid things from them and had to do with money. Do you know that about Grandpa? Okay. So we could have your grandfather then here. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple more details, and we'll see if I don't want to just ask him if he's your grandfather. I have to bring in evidence. He could say yes, but if I don't bring in evidence to back that up, so everything could fit. So that it's not your brother-in-law, it's your grandfather.
It could be my uncle too.
Could be your uncle. Did he leave a daughter behind, honey?
Yes, he left 2 daughters behind. He died very young, about 45 years old.
Did he have money problems?
Alcoholism.
Did he have money problems? Did he hide it from the family?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm going to bring it.
Gambling problem.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it further along, and we'll know exactly who it is because we have somebody here. So he will reveal to us through his evidence who he is. Okay. And just relax. Don't worry about it. We'll get you what you need.
Okay.
Okay. So there's an uncle. There's a father, grandfather. There's a brother. Hold on. Who is, please step forward and give me more identification about who you are. Well, now the soul is showing me that there's also a son left behind. Do any of the three have, well, we already know it's not your brother-in-law because he never had a daughter, but your uncle or your father, one of them also have a son, please?
Yeah.
Only.
My father had 4 sons.
Okay,
but my grandfather had 2 sons. Yes, my grandfather left 2 sons behind. Or
okay,
1 son behind.
We're only talking about your grandfather or your uncle, unless your father fits everything I've said as well. You see what I'm saying?
No, yeah, no, my father wasn't that.
All right. So we have your grandfather. He shows me a son or sons. He shows me a daughter. And let me just continue with him because he's going to have a personal message for you when we finally get to that. He also shows me his eyes are on the hazel side or on the lighter side. Would you understand that or know that for your grandfather, please? He's a very loving he's a very loving and kind person. He gives out to the family when he has. He doesn't hold back. And that means he's generous. Even when he has money, he gives it out. Doesn't hold back. Not very, anal retentive, if you will. He gives people the shirt on his back. He works really hard in
Right.
he works really, really hard in his life. There's something about coal or mining or he might have worked in the coal industry or mining or something hard, very, very difficult. I'm sure you know what your grandfather did for a living, but don't tell me what he did, but just try to limit your answer to, does it make sense that he would have worked hard in a blue collar kind of work that got his hands dirty, please? Just yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. He also says that it affected his lungs, the kind of work he was doing. Would you know that, please, as well? Just yes, no, or maybe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He
Yes.
shows me coughing, and he has difficulty getting air into his lungs towards the end of his life. And he would have had something wrong with his lungs. It would have forced him to transition earlier than he should have gone to spirit. He loves his family very, very much, you included, although he never did have a chance to see you grow up fully. He says he's been following along the whole family. And he says, you with the blue eyes. Do you have blue eyes also, honey? Paulette?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Something about blue eyes follows through the family. So I don't know what that means. Maybe
Well,
there's. Go ahead.
yeah, he's probably talking about his own daughter.
All right. Well,
They
I
had blue
just
eyes and blonde hair.
blue eyes and blonde hair. Okay, that would be your mom, right?
But that would be my uncle then. So that would be my uncle because he never saw me grow up. He died very young. My grandfather did see me grow up and get married.
Honey, you can't jump to
So
another
it's not my
soul.
grandfather.
You can't jump right over to another soul when I gave you about 10 pieces of evidence that fit your grandfather, unless all of them fit your uncle. Don't forget, your grandfather might have.
Well, no.
Your grandfather
Well,
might
that's
have.
what I'm thinking because my grandfather saw me grow up, and I was pregnant with my first child when he died. So I don't understand why he would say that.
Well, then maybe listen to me. Listen, Paulette, honey, just try to hang in there, okay, love? If he does die younger, then he does die when he's going to die before you. He is your grandfather. He's not going to be able to be with you his own life. That's one point. The second point is, if I got 10 things that fit your grandfather and one thing doesn't fit your grandfather, don't be tempted to jump to another soul. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's just that they were very, the one who had this job working very hard was my uncle. He worked on the bridges and he did have a lung problem. So I'm thinking maybe it was him.
Okay, because you said it was correct. You said it was correct for your grandfather when I said those things. It wasn't correct?
My grandfather was hard worker too. They're very much alike. So that's why it's hard to tell. I don't know.
That's fine, honey. Was your uncle also an alcoholic? I guess he was an alcoholic. Did he have a son also, honey?
Yeah, we have. Yes.
Wow.
No, my uncle did not have a son. Oh, there you go. Okay, so he did not have a son.
Yeah.
He had 2 daughters.
Okay, now can you imagine how difficult it is for me as the medium? I have to remember everything I said to you and talk to them and get you to understand. All right. I'm pretty sure it's your grandfather, and maybe that last thing didn't make sense to you, but everything else seemed to fit.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just leave it with that. I'm trying to pull a personal message in, but I've been working with you for quite a while because we're having trouble understanding each other. But I would say that you're having a very good connection to the other side. So congratulations on that, because we brought in a lot of people, perhaps. We certainly did bring in your grandfather.
Well, I have a lot of alcoholics in my family.
All right. Well, I think there's something about blue eyes that's very significant coming from Grandpa. He shows me the blue eyes again, even though you didn't get them.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a son also, honey?
Yeah, he's got both.
Do you have a son also, love?
I have a son.
Yeah. And I believe your son has.
I have 2.
Do either of your sons have blue eyes? Blue eyes are very important. I don't know why he keeps showing me blue eyes. He says, keep up. Okay, so keep up the blue. Keep up the good work with the blue. He's making a joke. He's got a good sense of humor. Keep up the good work with the passing on the blue eyes. He says, keep up the good work and passing on the blue eyes through the family. He loves you and everyone very much. And now I'm going to remind you to listen to this again, and you'll see the sense of it, even though you're in the middle of it right now. It may seem a little confusing. There's a lot of great evidence there for you. Okay, my dear?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your
Okay, thank
donation,
you.
honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, and I'm now going to go to Cindy, who's been waiting a very long amount of time. Let me just make sure that the other line was finished with Paulette. Pretty sure it was. Okay, great. I'm going to Cindy, who's waiting for an other side connection. Hey, Cindy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Lisa. How are you?
Good, great, thank you. All right, so I feel that there is a mother figure for you seated here waiting to speak with you. Would you know of do you have a mother figure that, well, I'm sure you have grandparents, but I feel she is a mother to you, not a grandparent. Do you have a mother in spirit, love?
No, I have both grandmothers.
Okay.
And
other people that could be over.
Yeah, I had kind of adopted a mother too.
All right, then this is probably the other lady. Yeah, this maybe it's the other lady, but she's like not a grandmother. She's more like a mother to you. She's heavy set. She carries extra weight on her body. Does that fit the description of the one that you knew that was like a second mother to you or a mother figure to you? That she was overweight a bit?
One of my grandmothers was a little, but the other lady actually, I was like a mother to her. I had adopted her as my daughter.
Oh, okay. Then let me just go with the mother figure then, because that's the salient one with the overweight. She's overweight.
She was already.
Yeah.
Okay. She was too.
Well, you would have had two grandmothers, but so let's just see what this is. A heavy set one. She shows me her hair is a very light or white almost. She wears glasses. The hair's on the short side. She keeps it nice. She's curled it. It's very soft. She must have taken good care of herself. Now, does that fit the description of the grandma that was overweight in your memory? Cindy, are you there, honey?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Now I can, love.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Can you hear me, love? Can you hear me? Okay. I just said that she had hair on the shorter side. And it looks like she goes to the salon to have it. It's very nice. It's white with a little bit of grayish to it. And looks shiny. It's beautiful. It's coiffed nicely around her face. Can you remember this grandma's hair to be like that, please?
Yeah. She did get perms, I believe, to make it curly.
All right. And it looks like it's all a gray to white hair. It's soft. It's beautiful. She's also wearing glasses, eyeglasses, to show me she would have worn glasses when she's giving me a memory, of what she used to look like. She doesn't necessarily have to look that way in spirit, but she's giving me a picture of herself. She's wearing glasses. Did Grandma wear glasses, please? You remember that? Yeah. Okay. And she's a little overweight, as we already mentioned. And also, she's showing me that she would have had a son. So if it's your mom's mom, you would have an uncle there on that side of the family. If it's your father's mother, then it would fit that. Do you know which? Did she have a son?
Yes, she did.
All right. I hear two of them, actually. Do you understand that, please?
No. One son. Two children.
Two children. Okay, good. She said two of them. So I'll just say I thought she meant two sons, but she meant two children. Okay, Grandma. Hold on. She looks to me like she likes to do artsy things like knitting or crocheting, things like that. Would you remember that about this grandma, please? Cindy, honey, are you there?
No, the other one might have done some knitting.
Okay, I get the reason I say that is you might want to put your dog in another room so you're not distracted, and neither are we. I love animals, but it's not the best environment for mediumship. Is there a chance you could do that?
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm going somewhere else. He's actually outside.
All right.
Fresh air outside.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure I have this one. If she didn't knit or crochet, we'll leave it alone. There was a reason I was saying that. It just looks like she's really homey, like she likes to bake and cook, and she's just really cute. I don't know how else to say it. Maybe she didn't literally crochet or knit. But actually, she is showing me that again, and something you might not remember this, so this is something to write down or look into. There's something about baby booties that she gave you one time. You know any? So I want you to look into that. She showed me baby booties. So she either made them for somebody in the family, or she got them for herself or somebody. But there's baby booties there that she's showing me. All right, let's leave that alone for a moment. And I want to see if she'll give me one or two. She's showing me a baby now. Beautiful baby. Hold on. I wonder if that's you, Cindy, or some other child that you're showing me. Okay, she made you baby booties when you were born. That's what she's trying to show me. Or she gave you baby booties. So you can look into that. Maybe they still exist. Maybe somebody or maybe your mom has them, or somebody has them for you. Baby booties are very significant, she says. She says you are a wonderful cook and a wonderful mother. She wants to tell you to keep up the good work and home. She also shows me a male next to you. I don't know what she means with this male, if it's her husband, grandpa, or if it's your father, or who this is. Hold on. Grandma, you're not giving me the best connection, please. I just need to chill her out for a moment. Grandma. Well, she's going to switch the subject a moment. Maybe she'll come back to that. She does show me that she has a problem in breathing, and she's showing me coughing a lot. She has a health problem that would have taken its toll on her and led her to transition. It seems like she's using the word pneumonia. Do you know that for Grandma, please?
Yes.
All right, good. Just try to focus. Yeah, just try to focus, honey, with me. Come with me down the wonderful road to the other side. So she's showing me that because she wants to strengthen my connection to her, because we had so many distractions going on that, I can only do as much as I can do. I have to be focused and you have to be focused. So she wanted to show me that so we can get focused again. Thank you, Grandma. So what is it about the booties? Are they still important, Grandma? Booties are something she gave you when you were young, like as if when you were a baby, you got booties. So we'll just leave that alone for the moment. And who is this man, Grandma, that you have popping out? You're showing me this man. Okay, do you have a brother in spirit, please? Do you have a brother, Cindy, in spirit?
I have a brother-in-law in spirit.
Okay,
my brother-in-law.
Okay, that's who she's presenting now, which is evidence, because we're not going to have time to develop all the souls, okay? But she's just using that as evidence again. She's sort of jumping around a little bit, but then you were jumping around too, Cindy, so that's why we're jumping around. Okay, so can I bring this to fruition, Grandma? Do you have a personal message for your beautiful granddaughter here who made the trouble to call into the show? Do you have anything you want to say to us or tell your beautiful I love you very much. She says, you're very kind to have let me in tonight. Take good care of yourself and everyone in the family. You are a genius at many things that you do, Cindy. You're taking good care of the home, taking great care of the family, and you're taking good care of yourself. You're a very kind and gifted person. I want to help you all the time. I know that I pop into your head from time to time. What would Grandma do? What would Grandma say? This is what Grandma would say, that you are marvelous and that you're doing everything the right way. I love you very much, and I just want to give you a big hug. Say hello to everyone for me. Say hello to everyone for me. And that is her message to you tonight, Cindy. I hope that is soothing to you. Thank you, love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, honey. God bless.
That's a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, now I've lost, there's Nathaniel. Nathaniel is a very sweet guy who's waiting for an other side connection. We have a lot of people now waiting. Hey, Nathaniel, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in a long while.
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. Now, Nathaniel has requested an other side connection. I do feel a female to you in spirit that would feel like a mother figure. Now, again, mother figure can be a number of different things. Remember once we actually brought in your music teacher. But anyway, this is who I see. I see a woman who has dark hair, but is getting gray. It's long and has a bit of wave to it, maybe a little bit of frizziness to it. It's about up to her shoulders. She's a strong personality. You do get along with her very much. I think it's the music teacher. She says she's very gifted in her own right when she's on Earth, and she tries to take care. Maybe it's your mother. She tries to take care of you as best she can when she's on Earth with you. She says things were difficult for her in this past life, as you know. It was difficult for her to get her breath or breathe at the end of her life. She had problems breathing and getting air into her lungs. I know she's rambling right now, Nathaniel, but we'll let her ramble a little bit, and then I'll come back to you. She shows me that she gets very frail and thin towards the end of her life. She says that you were around her at the end of her life and you took care of her very well. She appreciates all the time and the care that you put into taking care of her. She says she knows that you don't have a lot to give other people in the way of money or monetary things, but you have a lot to give other people in the way of love, kindness, and caring. She says, I gave you all those traits. And she says she is your mother. Now, I'm going to break it down for you. Is your mother in spirit, please?
Yes, she's been passed for about 40 years, and I took care of her when she had cancer.
And did she have problem breathing, please, at the end?
Yes.
And did she get very, very thin towards the end of her life?
Yes.
She was. So I believe it's her that's here with us now. Now she's going to say something else. Something about a ring. She gave you a ring before she deceased to hold on to and to take care of. She says you gave that ring away to someone else. It's gone now forever. Would you know anything about a ring? Can you remember anything about that? Because it was a long time ago.
I really can't remember about that ring.
Yeah, I know.
I really don't remember. I don't remember her giving me a ring or anything.
All right.
Was it a bracelet or?
Well, she says no, she says a ring. I always take them literally. There's something about that. I'm going to continue the message, even though you don't remember, because it may have significance. Let's see about the ring for Nathaniel. The ring I gave you when you were little is the ring I gave you. That's the ring, not when she passed. So there's a ring that she gave you when you were little. She says you don't have the ring anymore. You lost it or something. She said she wanted you to hold on to that ring, but you gave it away or you lost it or it's gone. So it's a ring that she gave you when you were little. Okay. I don't know what that means. I'll just give you the message, you make of it what you want. That ring was important for you to hold on to, she says, because it was your heritage. It was sort of like something that would give you personal strength and identity, is what she's trying to show me. The ring. Anyway, she says, I don't want to make too much of the ring because it's going to make you, Nathaniel, a little bit crazy if she's saying this, if I keep talking about the ring. So she says, don't worry so much about the ring. But having identity in who you are is extremely important, Nathaniel. And that's what I'm getting to. I tell you about you and your heritage and who you really are. You are a man of great character, and you come from a family of great people. Don't ever forget about the strength of your family line and who you came from. We're all very rich in terms of our heart, our soul, and ourselves. And you are too. The ring is only a symbol of that, but it's the heritage that is important. Don't ever let go of the idea of how important you are and how important the bloodline is that you've come from. We were not easy people to get along with. We always fought for our rights, to get ahead and to do what we wanted to do with our lives. We are people of strength and character, and so are you. It's important for you to remember this, for your humbleness does not serve you well. Be fierce, my son. Be fierce and fight for what is yours. What is yours is your heritage and your bloodline. You are special because of that. I'm trying to get her to say something more about the heritage, Nathaniel, because I think there's more to be said, and I'm just going to see if she'll give it to me. What do you mean about his heritage, Mom? What do you mean about his heritage? What is his heritage? You're a fighter. You come from fighters. You come from people that know who they are and fight for who they are and fight for what they want. That's who you are. You need to fight for who you are, fight for what you want, and don't let anyone push you around. Don't take no for an answer. Be the fighter that you've come from. Be the heritage that you are. Fight for your rights. Fight for who you are. Fight for what you deserve. You deserve great love. You deserve acknowledgement for your gifts. You're a special person with a lot of talent. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So the message is just basically about you and yourself and being the best that you can be and fighting for who you are, and don't let people push you around, Nathaniel. Does that make sense to you, honey?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's your pep talk for this evening. Now, I do remember you are a musician, or you have musical training, and I think you also are a singer. Is that correct, love? Yeah, you should use your gifts more, honey. Don't just fall into anonymity. Get out there and fight for who you are. That's what the gifts that what she's talking about. Okay?
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Laura.
You're welcome, love. God bless.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm now going to move to the next person who's been waiting the longest in the queue. And we have a lot of people now. Hold on. Got to find somebody who's waiting a long time. And here we have somebody, 860. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. And your name is?
Hi, Laura. This is Amla. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, Amla?
I'm doing. I know you have a lot of people, so I'll just get to my question if that's okay.
Please.
It's a direct life question.
Okay.
And I was wondering, this guy from the past, he completely came out of the blue. His name is Tom.
Okay.
I just was wondering what the purpose of this person coming in. It's like 1 minute he's there, and then the next minute he's not, and it was just so bizarre. The word is bizarre. So I don't know what spirit has to.
I like bizarre. All right. Tom is his name. All right. Hold on. Why did Tom come in suddenly?
Yeah.
Please. Teach you a lesson about yourself. Well, the answer is to teach you a lesson about yourself and how to love yourself more, and how gifted you are.
Okay.
He is a mirror to you about yourself and how gifted you are. Something about him coming in, I feel a lot of enthusiasm of him towards you. He sort of cheers you up, makes you feel good about yourself. Not because he's on a PR campaign, but because he really, really does like you very, very, very much. He thinks you're the hottest thing since sliced bread. He thinks you're fantastic. He feels that you know yourself well. He feels you're very insightful. He feels you're very helpful to other people. He respects you highly, and he wants to get to know you better. There's also a sense behind this reappearance of him not wanting to lose a good thing again. I feel that he will be making more of these feelings known to you as time passes, but for now, suffice it to say that he's there to reflect back your magnificence, and it must feel really, really good to see Tom again for you, but it also feels very, very good for Tom to see you again. There seems to be extenuating circumstances which forced him out of your life before, because if he could be where he wants to be, it would have been here all along. I think you would have heard that from him, yes? Okay, good. And so he really does want to get to know you better, as he is saying, and that's what you're looking for, that kind of confirmation. This kind of spooked you out in a way. There could be something very significant here in the future with this person in terms of commitment.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So I just have to wait and see? Like, you think it's just like a pause moment, Laura? Everything you just said was absolutely fantastic, in the sense completely correct.
Yeah.
Right on what you said. So.
Well, there's no pause. I mean, he's not going away. He's going to stay there around where you are. He wants to be around you. He really always wanted to be around you. He didn't mean to leave when he had to. But he's back now, and I don't feel that he wants to go anywhere. So I don't know what the pause is, other than you need to take your time to get to know somebody, right? You can't be married.
Yeah.
Marriage isn't going to happen next week if there would be marriage.
No. It wasn't that either. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about a pause. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by pause. That's what I'm a little confused with from everything that came flooding.
Because we're just taking his circumstances right now. He can't, like you said it in your channeling. He can't be where he wants to be right now, so to speak.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's circumstances that can't have him be with me.
Okay. Well, I kind of, well, yeah, but whatever those circumstances are, must have changed that he was able to at least connect with you again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Definitely.
Right. Because he's more available now than he was before. He will get out of that place or rut that he's in, whatever the limitation is that he's in. He will get out of that soon and will be coming around. And I feel that he'll be closer to you geographically, not so far away. So let's see what happens with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, and I don't get all freaked out. I don't like to tell people big things because then what happens is, you forget to just be a regular person. You have all these expectations, right? So just take it one day. Take it one day at a time. Be the light, shine the light that you are, and allow things to unfold the way they have to unfold. And don't get nervous because I put a heavy weight on this, okay? Just take it as it comes, all right?
Exactly.
All right.
That totally makes sense.
All right. Okay, my love. You have a beautiful, blessed evening. And thanks for calling in, Amla.
Thank you, Laura. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm now going to go to 229 area code. That looks familiar. Hey, 229. Who am I talking to?
Hey, this is Melvin.
Hey, Melvin, of course it looks familiar. I know you. This is a homecoming night. I had Nathaniel on earlier. Now I have you on. What's going on, Melvin?
What else you can pick up for me with my daughter? She has some issues. She's going to have to have surgery.
Oh, that's right. She's not well. She's overweight a little bit. I remember we talked about that. I think she has children, 2 children, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's going to have surgery. Okay, you're saying she's going to have surgery. Excuse me?
Yeah, she's supposed to have it this morning, but she put it off because of babysitter. I don't know, but my daughter, I think she's scared. I don't know, but she got to go and have the surgery done. I just want to know what's going on with her. She calling me, she worried me, and I don't know what to do.
All right, let me just go into her. Give me her name, please.
Sharika.
Sharika. Okay. Does she have breast problem, honey? Like cancer or something in the breast?
I didn't. She haven't told me. She had some kind of, they ran tests and they said that it was something bubbling around the heart area.
Yeah.
Something with a spleen. And I don't know if she has cancer in the spleen. And she told me today that the doctor said that, it's okay to go ahead and he didn't find anything. And this is a second opinion doctor, so I don't know.
Oh, boy.
They're not telling. I don't know. They don't want to deal with it.
Oh.
But she has to have a hysterectomy. She has to have a hysterectomy where she has a cyst on her ovaries, and that got to be removed as well.
Wow.
So,
the first thing I'm getting is something around the breast area, and that was supposed to be today. Okay, so whatever that, if it's on the heart or if it's in there, whatever the heck it is, it's something up there. And there's something about she doesn't like anybody to be touching her in that area. It bothers her. So she may not be saying this to you or whatever, but she doesn't want anybody disforming her or taking something out of her breast. That's what I'm getting. So she's not telling you everything, I guess. She's probably not telling you everything. Sharika, let me just see something here. You tell me what is wrong with you, Sharika, honey? I'm going to her energy now. So just bear with me, okay?
Okay, thank you.
There's something wrong with her stomach area.
Yes.
She can't hold food down very well. She has an upset stomach a lot of the time. And she's afraid of, okay, so she's afraid of finding out what is really going on. So what we're going to do now, and this is only for insight, I am not a medical professional, you know, I'm not a licensed medical professional. So everything I say, yeah, everything I say is just for insight. It's to be further explored with your professional of choice. Okay, so I've always have to be very careful about this, love. So there's something about, you already said her spleen, but it's something in the stomach area. It could be the spleen. It could be the pan.
It could be what now?
Hold on, I didn't finish the sentence. I got quiet. Hold on for a second.
I'm sorry.
I need to focus.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm going to have to be quiet for a moment, honey, so just bear with me. There's something going on in that area. I need to see what it is. That's the most serious thing right now because of the symptom of not being able to hold food down at all. Okay. I think she fears that she has pancreatic cancer. That's what I think she fears. Okay? And that would affect her inability to hold food down. Okay. Now, let me see what, I don't really know. I don't want to really say what it is. I just think she needs to go in and get her tests. But let me see. There's a lot of pain in her abdomen. She's saying it might be, she doesn't know. She says cyst in her ovary, but she doesn't really know. There's a lot of pain there in the midsection and the abdomen. So, what is it, Spirit? There's something going on with her breast. There is something going on with her left breast. There's something going on to the right of her stomach. There's something going on with the left ovary. And so I feel that she's very frightened of having cancer. And I think she thinks that there's cancer in the family and that something happened to mom or grandma that had to do with cancer. Would you know anything about that?
Yes, her aunts on her mother's side, they have it runs in their side on their family.
Yeah.
Actually, one of them had passed away because it was some kind of something trait that they inherited. I guess I'm not sure, but my ex-wife, her mother, is losing a lot of weight, and she won't go to the doctor.
Oh.
And
wow.
And
okay, so cancer, she believes, Sharika thinks cancer runs in the family. She's very frightened of having it herself, and probably because she might suspect her mother has it and there are other people that have had it in the family and all. And also, I think Sharika has been losing weight also without really trying to. Yeah. So she's really frightened, okay? And that's like you picked up, she's frightened to go to the doctor. She's afraid that she has cancer. Now, I'm not going to tell you if she does or doesn't because it's really not my place to do that. She needs to go to a doctor, okay? She needs to go to a doctor. Let me just finish my sentence. She needs to take care of herself according to the doctor's advice and her own decisions. And she can't keep putting her head in the sand because she's frightened. She has a very good chance of getting better the sooner she goes to get medical help. Now, what were you going to say, love?
Yes, ma'am. That's why I told her, I'm like, you know, why you keep putting it off, go ahead and have it.
90 seconds.
You have a cyst that's bothering her on the ovary. But she said, the doctor said that she had something that was aggravating her on her spleen, on her right side of one of them. And I don't know. And then she also told me she had pain in her on her side. Everything you just covered, that's what she told me. She had pain, those issues. And her energy level, she thinks that all of this is involved.
60 seconds.
Now, she did say that she was diagnosed with lupus. And lupus do attack all organs of the body. But I don't know, like you said, I do believe that some things that she's not telling me, that the doctor already told her, and she afraid to go in and have this other surgery, and because it could spread.
Okay. Well, you have your message now, and it is to get her to go to the doctor. So that's what you have to work on with her.
Right.
All right. And, I feel that, I feel very optimistic that if she weren't so god darn scared, and that if she got medical help soon, that she'd be all right. So that's very important then that you get her to the doctor. Okay? Even if you have to go there.
Thank you.
All right. God bless, honey.
Yes.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey. Okay, I want to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to working with you all next week at this time. And have a great week in the interim. Bye.